Well, he had it all. They say he was the king. But look how happy he was when he split the scene. It's a day-to-day.
Yeah, I can use them. Yeah, I think we all can. We can always use some strategies for a living.
I think so.
So are you ready? Are you ready for your daily dose of radio rehab?
I hope they're ready.
Well, sometimes they are and sometimes they aren't. Hey, folks, welcome into 1017 FM, 710 Keel. Welcome into Strategies for Living. I'm Dr. David McMillian. She is PLPC, Lauren Leon McMillian. He is Jimmie Bryant, PhD. That means he produces, he hosts, and he directs.
And you are?
I'm
You
David.
said that.
I'm Dr. David McMillian. Yeah, I didn't. Did I say that? I mean,
think you did.
Well,
I don't-
Y'all sound real ready.
I'm still. I'm still grappling. I'm still.
We're both grappling.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, we started grappling last night. You know, we got a comment, a couple of comments today. You know, you guys get deep.
Oh, that's
You
good.
guys get deep.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
sometimes we do.
Yeah.
Part of our mission here on Strategies. Yeah, we have a mission statement.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yeah, Strategies for Living Radio presents information and healthy ideas through its platforms of radio, digital, and social media to contribute and positively impact individual and collective growth, especially in the areas of body, mind, spirit, and relationship. Strategies seeks to present information that is truthful, accurate, and thought-provoking.
Ooh.
So,
I think that was perfect.
there you go. So, yeah, sometimes we do get deep. And
Because life can be.
well, yeah, and I mean, you know, if you're really into the meaning of life, the purpose of life, which is getting into the juice of life, right?
Yeah, it's my home.
Then you're really not going to be able to get you got to slice the lemon, you got to slice the orange
Yeah.
to get the juice.
That's right.
I guess you got to crack the coconut to get the milk, right?
Right.
That's right.
You got to get to the juice. You got it. Okay, now there's no judgment here because not everybody's. You pointed this out,
Yep.
Lauren. Not everybody's ready for that.
No,
and that's okay.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
if that might not be the theme of your lifetime.
Right. No judgment here.
No.
But again, when you take a step back, when all of us take a step back, and we look at, well, how's my life going? You know, am I happy? Am I joyful? Am I living the kind of life that I want to live? Am I satisfied? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I say, no, there's some things. Well, okay, well then.
You can do something about that.
You may be able to do something about that by some of the things that we talk about. We can also take a step back and look at our collective, whether we're looking at our nation, our world, and we can say, how satisfied are we with that? Well, okay, so maybe we've all got a little grappling and wrestling to do.
Yeah.
So you were still grappling with the big questions. The questions, don't shun the questions.
That's right.
Who am I? Why am I here? Where am I going? We talked about some basic principles last evening. This evening we're going to introduce, we'll recap where we got to last evening. But this evening we're going to recap. We're going to recap that, and we're going to introduce some laws, because if you really think about the principles that we talked about last evening, okay, well, what's the foundation?
Yeah.
What are the laws that are out there operating? And these may take a little bit to unpack.
Okay.
And then we'll present a formula. It's a follow your excitement formula.
It's a strategy for living.
It's a strategy for living. And, if you're interested, some of this stuff is from Daryl Anka, who is an author. You've said you've heard of him on Gaia. So he's out there and available. It's not all Daryl Anka's stuff. Some of it is Lauren Leon McMillian's stuff. Some of it's mine. Jimmie's probably, before we're over, some of it's yours, So
And it's all one and the same anyway.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. So we'll be back to jump in. Folks, thank you for tuning in to Strategies for Living, presented by the Robinson Film Center and by Azalea Cleaners and by Pintail Roofing.
Roof.
And by Learning RX and by Hempress. Cannabis with Love, 3766 Uri Drive in Shreveport.
Penny's coming.
Yeah, visited with Miss Penny today. She'll be here tomorrow evening.
Awesome.
And the Shreveport Little Theater. But right back here, still grappling, still wrestling with those big questions and more this evening here on Strategies for Living. Be right back.
Reading begins not in the classroom, but in your child's brain. I'm Donisa Walker with Learning Rx Shreveport. If your child struggles to read, maybe he or she has trouble focusing or comprehending, Learning Rx Shreveport offers a science solution to reading problems, working one-on-one with your child, targeting his or her reading skills. Today, call Learning Rx Shreveport. Make an appointment to have your child assessed. I know you want to help your child, so does Learning Rx Shreveport.
Hi, this is Jay Merle for Pintail Roofing. Let's talk about quality. When you hire Pintail to build your roof, here's what you can expect. Quality and quality control are the most important concerns for us at Pintail, and you need to know that Pintail stands tall with swift and professional performance on any warranty call. This is our most important policy. And remember, we're your neighbors. We'll be here for you for the long haul. Our family's lived here for over 100 years, and we aren't going anywhere. On the commercial side of Pintail's business, our fluid-applied roofing solutions can save thousands of dollars over conventional commercial roofing options. Call Pintail at 226-ROOF for a free inspection of your home or commercial building. That's 226-7663. Pintail Roofing. What's the condition of your roof?
This is the story of a very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is. She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces. Just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey, welcome in. Welcome into 1017 FM, 710 Keel. Welcome into Strategies for Living. Jimmie Bryant, Lauren Leon McMillian, David McMillian. And, I don't think you and I have talked about this, Jimmie. Lauren and I had lunch today with our friend Artie Zazario.
Okay, yeah.
And
I remember Artie.
Yeah, I've done, and you I know you know about this because you indicated on Facebook. You put a little face. I've done my first audio book.
That does, in fact, confirm that I do know about it, and yes, I do.
You put a little face on the face.
You put a little face on it, like a little surprise face. I didn't know about this. But you weren't the only one to put the little surprise face. I had a few surprise faces.
I imagine.
But I'd never done an audio book before.
Yeah.
And I had fun doing. Artie approached us a few months ago and
You got a
asked
great
us,
voice for it.
Thank you. He asked if I would consider doing his last book, which was We Have Secrets.
Are we rotten?
Are We Rotten?
Yes.
Yeah. And so that one is out. If you want to go on Audible right now, anyone can go on Audible, Amazon or Audible, and you can download. I think it's a very special price right now.
Okay.
For the Audible.
Yeah, I think it was
book.
30% off.
30% off or something like that. You can go on Amazon.com or Audible.
It's not super expensive to begin with, though. So.
And no, it's not. And then the second one is out of production and is waiting to be approved.
Okay.
So Artie's first book was It's All Good. It is all good, and God is at the end. So that's been produced and done. Got Artie's second book ahead of me.
Were we rotten? Not are we rotten? Are we rotten?
Yeah,
were
we rotten?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, but yeah. So the second book is to be produced yet. We throw things at you, but we'll keep you up to date in the coming days when It's All Good and God is at the end.
This isn't expensive at all.
We'll have to invite Artie
Cheaper
on.
than a hamburger, I think, nowadays.
Totally.
Yeah, and I think, what reminded me of Artie were a couple of things. For number one, we had lunch with him today.
Right.
And but these big questions and his first book, It Is All Good and God Is at the End, kind of grapples because their stories. Artie was for years involved in hospice work.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when I first met Artie back, I guess maybe 2010 or so. He was in the process of writing the book. He had the book mostly written, and our mutual friend Kai Mason introduced us at a restaurant, and I almost choked on my salad when Artie. I just barely had sat down at the table, and Artie says to me, one of the first things he says was the greatest time of my life was watching my mother-in-law die. And I'm thinking, all of these mother-in-law jokes, but it's not that at all. I mean, it was a very sweet experience, and it changed Artie's life.
Yeah,
I mean, it literally changed his life. And the book came out of that, and then his second book, and now his third book. So I'm delighted that to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Artie shared a story with us today.
Oh, it was a good story.
Yeah, and it's not in any of his.
If it's the one I'm thinking about, anyway.
It's not in any of his books, but it came to him. He told us a lot of people after he wrote that first book. A lot of people sent in through his websites their stories. You want to share?
That's cool.
You want to share the baby story?
Okay, I wasn't sure, but that's what I was thinking. Yeah, so I think Artie said it was a psychiatrist who had called him with this story because a family was concerned, that she wasn't seeing him because it wasn't breaking confidentiality,
right.
but a family that she knew about, I don't really know, had a young 3-year-old daughter, and they had a newborn baby.
Okay.
And the 3-year-old kept asking the parents, I want to be alone with the baby. And the parents were like a little freaked out, like, I don't want her to be rough with the baby, like, and she came to, well, you've got 2 little ones about that age.
About that gap, yes.
Okay,
but the 3-year-old made a big deal about it.
Yeah, it was a big deal. She was really frustrated and really, really wanted some alone time with the baby. I don't know if it was a sister or brother, but it was the baby. And so, the parents came to the psychiatrist, was like, what do you think we should do? And the psychiatrist said, well, put her in there, let her have the alone time with the baby monitor.
Put the baby
monitor in there.
Sure.
That way she can have what she wants.
And needs,
apparently.
And you can watch it.
Yeah, and you can, if she does start getting too rough with the baby,
you're right there,
and you can come scoop in.
Sure.
So they allowed it to happen. And they're watching the cameras, and the 3-year-old, kind of peeks around, makes sure nobody's watching, runs over to the baby, and says, okay, I've been dying. I'm forgetting. Remind me what it was like in heaven. I've forgotten. I'm forgetting it. It's different down here.
I'm forgetting.
I'm forgetting.
Isn't that great? Yeah, Jimmy's
it's a head scratcher.
Jimmy's over here with a 4-year-old and he's scratching his head. Oh, Lord. Yeah, well.
That's heavy.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're grappling. How do you make sense of that? How can a 3-year-old make that, it's like that's another question, right? That's another, and again, I know some of these questions make us squirm a bit. They make us uncomfortable, But your gesture, Jimmie, your gesture went immediately to okay. I'm moving across my forehead. In other words, that gesture generally indicates, I got to think about this.
rubbing the brain out.
Grappling with those questions. But let's take a time out of grappling and go to the theater. American theater at its best, been going on for 101 years, and it starts Friday, September the 1st. That is the kickoff of the 102nd season at Shreveport Little Theater. Always Patsy Cline hits the stage. This is directed by Dr. Bobby Darrow, and man, it is going to be great.
I get the feeling this is going to feel real. It's just going to feel really good.
I think it will. If you are a Patsy Cline fan, and who isn't, the Patsy Cline songbook, a lot of the Patsy Cline songbook is in this play.
Oh, that's awesome.
You're going to love it. It was done 10 years ago, and it's a return. One of the actresses is returning from her role 10 years ago.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. Everything at Shreveport Little Theater. Go to ShreveportLittleTheater.com. Remember, theater is R-E, right? ShreveportLittleTheater.com. And
it's fancy.
Yeah, it's the fancy way to do it. And check out the think about your season ticket. My Way, the music of Sinatra in November. The Wonderettes, Winter Wonderettes back in December. 5 women wearing the same dress in January. Dial M for Murder in February and March, and then Jimmy Buffett's Escape to Margaritaville. But it all kicks off. You can get your tickets right now to Always Patsy Cline. ShreveportLittleTheater.com. 812 Margaret Place in Shreveport, ShreveportLittleTheater.com. And welcome back. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Yeah, they're still wrestling. They're still grappling with those big questions. Who am I? Why am I here? Where am I going? So last evening, and I'll just recap, we talked about some basic principles. You are a non-physical consciousness that is experiencing physical reality. You're here on earth at this time because you chose to be. You were created in the image of the Creator. Your essential essence is unconditional love because the Creator is unconditional love. And the experience of ecstasy is everybody's birthright. And some people are out there right now saying, "Say what? you ain't experiencing my life, buddy." Well, yeah, I get that. I get that, but that's not what is supposed to be happening. That's not the way we were created.
And not even supposed to. I think maybe natural.
Yeah.
Naturally, we are in a state of ecstasy, but we have put blocks.
We block it.
We put a lot of blocks in our lives, and that's not positive or negative. It's just what it is as part of our experience.
The highest purpose of your life on earth is to be yourself, to be the best, to the best of your ability, and to live each moment as fully as possible. You always have free will. You always have the freedom to choose. Anything you can imagine that is relevant for your life's theme is possible for you to experience. You attract your life's experiences through the interaction of your strongest beliefs, emotions, and actions. Excitement is the physical translation of the vibration, the vibrational resonance that is your true core natural being. So follow your excitement. You're naturally abundant. You ain't looked at my bank account either, have you, buddy? No, you're naturally abundant, and your choices are always supported by creation.
I read a quote.
Yeah.
A Marley quote, I think it was.
Yeah.
Some people.
As in Bob?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people are so poor, all they have is money.
Oh, isn't that phenomenal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you got to love Bob Marley. Yeah.
That's good.
There is actually only one moment in creation. Everything you experience is the same moment from a different point of view. You create the past and the future from the now, the here and now. You're an eternal being, and while you may change your form, your consciousness cannot cease to exist. Everything you experience is another aspect of yourself, and you're loved so unconditionally by creation that you can even choose to believe that you are not loved.
You just threw a whole lot.
Yeah, especially if folks didn't listen to last evening. They're going,
what?
Yeah. All right, so one of the things I guess we could say what undergirds this, right?
Yes.
Are some laws of creation.
Yeah.
And we may have to do some grappling here and some unpacking here. But the very first one is first law.
This is the first law.
You exist.
Yeah.
You exist. Yeah.
True. I mean, we could go into this at greater detail. I mean, it is the principle that I am.
Yeah.
I am the great I am.
Yeah.
Right? And non-existence, I said this last night, this is another one of his teachings, and I like it, but non-existence, by its very definition, doesn't exist.
All right, now see, that kind of the first time I heard that, my natural reaction to Lauren saying that, the very first time I heard her say that, it was say what?
Right.
All right, so say it again.
Yeah, okay. So by definition, non-existent, the word non-existent,
yeah,
by definition, doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
I mean, that's the definition of non-existence, right?
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
But the word non-existence exists.
Right.
So it gets back to that, you are loved so unconditionally by creation that you can even choose to believe that you're not loved.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's that the whole principle that we often, and I know even we all do, we all feel disconnected at times.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
But the truth of the matter, is that we can never be disconnected.
Because if we were disconnected, we wouldn't exist. We exist, so we're connected.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to be connected in order to feel disconnected.
Yes.
To experience that.
Yes. Yes.
It's a paradox, but it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those great mystery things. Yeah. That's why we're grappling with it, right?
Well, we do have a paradox here. He's got a PhD, and I've got a PhD. So we're a paradox.
You are a paradox.
That's
good.
All right, number 2. Everything is here and now. So the very first time I remember several years ago hearing for the first time that quantum physics has uncovered the fact that, what we think of as time is not accurate. We think of time as linear, right?
Right.
There is a past. There is a future, and I'm living right now, right?
And it's on a timeline.
And it's a line. It's a continuum. It's, a time.
And yet what's interesting, how do we measure time? On what geometric?
Circle.
A circle.
A circle.
Yeah. We don't measure it on a line.
That's a good point. And a circle doesn't have a beginning or ending.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something interesting to chew on. So it's like on some level we do recognize.
On some level we do. But so that's a law. Everything is now.
Right.
You can't show me. You cannot show me the past. You cannot show me the future.
Right.
You can tell me about your memory of the past, but you're doing that now.
Right.
Right.
You can tell me about hopes and dreams or even fears of the future, but we're talking about that now. There were many, many times throughout the years that I'd be working with somebody and, it would be an anxiety situation and they would be fretting whatever, fill in the blank of whatever's in the future.
Okay.
And I would just simply say, okay, come back to now and breathe for a moment and ask yourself a question. Am I okay now?
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
And, sometimes it would take a bit of prompting, maybe one more repetition of the question.
Yeah.
But, I'm fine now. I'm in your office, and did you eat yesterday? Have you eaten today? And did you eat yesterday? Are you, do you have a bed to go home and sleep in this evening? Well, yeah. Yeah. And as it turns out, I'm pretty okay right now.
Right.
Yeah. And so, how much anxiety is created from projecting? I talk about that 3-room house going into and hanging out in the room of the future where you can't see you can't see in front of you, or how much angst and depression and even anger is from hanging out in that room of the past
and wishing you could change it.
Yeah, I shoulda, I wish I coulda, and you just beat the heck out of yourself. But the fact of the matter is, you can't show me the past. You can tell me your memories of the past. You might maybe even show me photographs, maybe even show me video of something that happened in the past. But guess where we're looking at it now?
That's right.
In the present.
Yep.
So everything is here and now.
Right.
Yeah. And even those pictures and those videos, they're whispers of echoes. Like they're
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, grabbing sand.
Yeah,
like,
they're intangible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you love the movies, right?
Yeah.
You love the movies.
Sure do.
And what is a movie? It's
life.
Picture after picture. Yeah, picture after picture after picture through a filter.
A projection.
In a projection. Yeah. That's what a movie. I mean, I think that's why we all love them so.
Because it is such an accurate depiction of what we're living.
Yeah.
On a quantum level. Yeah. I mean, really, because that's that's what time is. It's like splicing these still images from our imagination.
Oh my God.
Together. Okay, sorry, I'm going. But
law number 3, the one is all, the one is the all, and the all are the one.
We're the three amigos now, all for one, one for all.
There you go. The one is the all, and the all are the one.
Yeah. And we had talked about these the other day, and you asked me.
Well, this one, we actually talked about it, and I said, okay, I don't.
Because my principle for this, Jimmie, was that, outside of these 5 laws, everything else is a belief. Okay. And so David's qualm to me was, I don't know how this one is not just a belief.
Yeah, that sounded more, when I first heard it, it sounded believey to me, right?
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about it.
Will you read it again?
Okay. The one is the all, and the all are the one. And we're sitting there talking about this over dinner, right?
Because that's what we do.
And then it just hit me.
Well.
It absolutely hit me at, the cell.
Well, that I came up with my science.
But yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, Jimmie, think about it. We start. I'm sorry, I get excited about science.
Okay.
I'm going to explain it.
Let it
we
rip,
start as a single cell, right?
Right.
Okay, and then through mitosis, we divide into 2 cells within the one cell.
Okay.
So it's all still one.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, and it continues to divide 2 to 4, 4 to 16, and it goes on and so forth. And it expands. However, within each cell is the DNA, which contains all the information.
It's holographic. It's everything's in that one cell. It's got everything. It's got all the systems.
We have a word for that, Jimmie. It's called pluripotent. In science, okay? And it basically means it's the stem cell, which means that it can differentiate into anything. It
can do whatever it wants.
Right. Yeah. It's pluripotent.
Okay.
As are we.
Yeah. Yeah. But when you get down to one cell, it's got it all.
Yeah.
One cell has a reproductive system. It has a respiratory system. It has the ability to take in food and nourishment, and then to let it exit. It's got it all. It's got all. The single cell has all the systems that every single one of us listening has in our incredible, miraculous bodies. And then if you think about it, I mean, we go up from here. I mean, what is the
look at the solar system?
Solar system. It's it's a big replication of, macrocosm of the microcosm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you think of it in that way, then you come back to the one is the all, and the all are the one. Whoa, and it's like, okay, this is blowing my mind. Yeah. I got to go to a movie. I need to go to a movie. Yeah.
Well, you're in one.
Yeah, I think I may. But I need to. I really, because I probably need to go to Abby Singer's Bistro and get a beer on this one. Oh. Robinson Film Center, 617 Texas Street. You can get a beer there. You can get a lot more than that too at Abby Singer's Bistro, second floor of Robinson Film Center, 617 Texas Street, downtown Shreveport. How many times do I say it? No place like it, right?
That's right. I mean, it's a gem. It's one of our treasures.
Yeah, RobinsonFilmCenter.org is where you check out what's going on. Right now, Golda and Old Boy are playing, but, there's rapid change. So RobinsonFilmCenter.org is where you go.
An incredibly diverse, just group of films at any given time.
Yes, yes, and it continues, and it goes on and on and on. So what you want to do is you want to join the fun here. You want to join the crowd, and what you want to do, we want to make sure. Robinson Film Center has celebrated 15 years now.
Yeah,
we want to keep it here another 100 years, 200
catch
years.
Up with Shreveport Little Theater.
There you go.
That's right. Yep.
So become a member. Become a member. Get discounts on movies. Get concession upgrades. Get bistro deals. RFC 617 Texas Street, downtown Shreveport. RobinsonFilmCenter.org. And welcome back. Welcome back into Strategies for Living here on 101.7 FM, 710 Keel. So we're talking about the five laws of creation. You exist. Everything is here now. The one is the all, and the all are the one. Mm-hmm. What you put out is what you get back is the fourth law.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love what this shows this shows a kitty cat looking into a mirror and seeing a lion, right? Mm-hmm. What you put out is what you get back. Yeah.
And I mean, you could bend this to be karma, but I don't want that to be the main takeaway for this.
What do you
law.
want to be the main takeaway for what you put out is what you get back?
That if it is true, if the all is one and the one is all, is implying that it's holographic, all right? And that we are then therefore mirrors for each other.
Right.
Okay? And so it goes along the same lines of, anytime I get triggered, it's not the trigger. It's not the person who is
even though that's where I put a lot of my energy. Yeah. That's where most of us put our energy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Your triggers, can therefore be a mirror to reflect back to you what you need to work on.
Yeah, if I can get past the fact that I'm triggered, it's an opportunity for me to grow. Mm-hmm. Every time I'm triggered is an opportunity for me to move into what's going on you know, if I am focusing so much on triggers for the most part are generally outside of us.
Right.
I mean, we can trigger ourselves from inside, but most of the time we're triggered.
Yeah, I feel like we need some outside help. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
But we've
in reality, the outside is simply a reflection
of the inside. So we've always got that opportunity to make that shift from outer to inner. When we make that shift is when the work really starts. That's when it can really kick. That's the only time it can kick off. Right.
Right. And the other thing I would hope you take is empowerment from this. Okay?
Yeah.
Because what you put out is what you get back.
Yep.
You know, if you want more joy in your life,
embody
joy.
Yeah.
If you want more nature around you, become the gardener.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
If you want more art in your life, become
an artist. Yeah.
Yeah. You become it, and it will become back to you.
Absolutely. What you put out is what you get back. And the last one. Did you have something?
No.
That was me.
That was you.
I had jumped in.
Okay.
And it's okay.
The last one. Everything changes except the first 4 laws. Yeah, because that's the nature of the world. Everything is constantly changing. The picture is showing a butterfly, you know, flying away from a caterpillar, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's just the nature. That's what our world is.
Yeah, it's constant movement.
So everything changes except those first 4 laws. You exist. Everything is here and now. The all is one, and the all are the one. What you put out is what you get back, and everything changes except those first 4 laws. Now, you came across a formula, Lauren, and it's an excitement formula. You want to kind of take us through this, because this kind of is a strategy for living, I think.
Yes, and it's the strategy to kind of taking these laws and putting them in motion into your favor.
Right.
Okay. So the first one is to act on your excitement, your passion, whatever is most exciting to you in the moment, and you do this every moment that you can. That's the first step.
Act on your passion. Act on your excitement. What thrills you? What gets you going?
And this doesn't have to be, your big excitement, your big passion. It doesn't have to be a big career or whatever. Just literally in the moment, what would be the most exciting to you?
Yeah.
And go do it. Okay?
All right.
So number 2, you do this to the best of your ability. And you take it as far as you can go until you cannot take it any farther.
Okay.
Okay?
Number 3.
Number 3, act on your excitement and passion. This is a big one. Act on your excitement/passion with absolutely no insistence, assumption, or expectation of what the outcome should be.
Oh, that is a big one. Just act.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just act on the excitement with no expectation.
Think about the Nike swish and just do it. Yeah.
Yes.
But jettison the assumptions of it's going to do this or it's going to do that or what the outcome, because you're acting on your excitement. You're acting on your passion.
Live in the excitement.
Yeah.
And let it unfold as it needs to.
Yeah.
Because as long as you're following your excitement, it will lead you to where you need to go.
Yep. Number 4.
Okay. Number 4, choose to remain in a positive state regardless of what happens.
Yes, study after study after study. Well, I mean, we talk about this a lot on strategies. The reason it makes sense to stay positive,
right,
in spite of whatever's going on around you.
Well, because every opportunity, if we looked at the laws, right, especially what you put back out is what you get back, and all is the one, we realize that every event is happening for us, for our learning.
Not to us, but it's for us.
Right.
Yeah.
And one other thing I found lately that was really cool, the same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. I saw that on Facebook earlier today, and I thought that was really cool.
I like that. And then number 5 of the excitement formula.
Yeah. Constantly investigate your belief system.
Constantly.
Constantly.
Constantly. Yeah.
Release and replace the unpreferred beliefs, fear-based beliefs, and the beliefs that are not in alignment with who you prefer to be.
Yeah, who do you want to be? What do you what do you want? Because
that is your highest purpose in life.
Yeah.
To be the you are, and to run your energy here on earth. You exist, and therefore you're worthy. Yeah. You're meant to be here, and your purpose is to be you, to run your energy.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. And so, I mean, you can't go wrong doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
And do what you prefer. There's a difference between, first you want to discern what it is that you prefer. Okay? Mm-hmm. And that's important to find your excitement. You want to be careful of not taking it a step further from discernment into judgment. Okay?
Okay.
Because that step is where you say, well, I prefer this, and it is wrong for anybody else to prefer something else.
Now you're judging. Now you're into judgment. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So, act on your excitement, on your passion, whatever's most exciting to you in the moment. Do this every moment that you can. Do this to the best of your ability. Take it as far as you can go until you can't go any further. Then act on your excitement and passion with absolutely no insistence or assumption or expectation of what the outcome should be, and then choose to remain in a positive state regardless of what happens, and constantly investigate your belief system, releasing and replacing the unpreferred beliefs, the fear-based beliefs, and the beliefs that don't align with who you prefer to be. That's the excitement formula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot packed in there.
There is a lot packed in there. It's 5 simple steps. But think of this as we move toward, I know we got to go to break, but it's as we move towards our last break, think about these are pretty simple things, each one, but think about if we repeated, what would our life look like? If we repeated these over and over and over, right?
Yeah.
What would our
I
life
don't
look
know,
like?
but I would argue probably closer to that natural state of ecstasy.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the kingdom of
kingdom
God.
Of God.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
The kingdom of God.
That's
Maybe
we're touching on that.
Maybe we're touching.
And these are the keys.
Yeah. Maybe so.
Maybe
so.
Some keys.
Yeah. We're grappling. we're grappling. We don't want to shun the questions. We're grappling. We're wrestling with the big ones here on Strategies. We'll be right back. Yeah, there you go. Welcome back into 101.7 FM, 710 Keel.
I put him on the spot, everybody.
Yeah, well, I guess so. Yeah, well, actually, that's it's kind of not, it's kind of not. I mean, yeah, I write the check, but the Robinson Film Center and Azalea Cleaners and Pintail Roofing and Learning Rx and Hempress Cannabis with Love and Shreveport Little Theater, they're responsible.
That's right.
Yeah, and so. Yeah, I guess I get the credit, and are the whatever you whatever you were given.
I'm not really sure where you're going.
Yeah, I'll take it. But yeah, because I'm following what excites me. I'm following my passion. Yes. And it's fun.
And I'd say after 31 years, you're still taking it as far as it'll go.
Well, people ask me all the time. I get asked, how do you do this? How do you get up and go to work? Because people know that I go to the office and all that. How do you do this every evening at 7 o'clock from 7 to 8? Because I'm excited about it, because it's a passion, and I love doing it. I love doing it with you, Lauren. I love doing it with you, Jimmie.
Well, your excitement and your passion just radiates. It's contagious. I
hope so.
I'm an introvert, and you've managed to get me in here every night for the past 3 days. Yeah. So I think it's. I think that speaks.
How did that happen? Yeah.
That speaks to you following it, and I love just being with you.
Well, thank you. I love being with you. Love being with you, Jimmie, and folks, love being with all of you. I hope we do. We kind of opened the program and we shared the kind of the mission statement. I hope we stretch. I hope we stretch all of our minds and help us all grow, because that's what we're doing. We're all here to grapple. We're all here to wrestle, and none of us have all of the answers.
Nope.
But we sure do have the questions, and we don't want to shun them. Folks, thank you for tuning in to Strategies for Living. We have been presented by the Robinson Film Center, and we've been presented by Azalea Cleaners, and by Pintail Roofing.
Roof.
And by Learning RX, and by Hempress Cannabis with Love, 3766 Uri Drive in Shreveport, and by the Shreveport Little Theater. If today were the last day of your life, you only had one more phone call that you could make, who would you call? What would you say? And why are you waiting? Make the call. For Jimmie Bryant, for Lauren Leon McMillian, I'm David McMillian. See you next time here on Strategies for Living.
From a dark and lonely street, the bright side